It's 2026 and I have never seen YouTube in a worse spot than it is right now. The platform has become boring, seeing the same garbage videos with the same formula plaguing our homepage. Today we're talking about exactly those. The third part of the worst types of videos on YouTube. So let's not waste any more time and let's get into it. So, back in the day, video essays were pretty interesting, right? Very informative, giving you stuff you can actually learn from, but those glory days are over, because now we're just left with the most obvious slop out there. People are making 40-minute videos on how social media is rotting our brains, or how AI is bad, or how porn is penetrating your brain cells into oblivion. Like, thanks Captain Obvious, acting like we are brainless chimps. Believe me, even a guy that was recently declared medically brain dead would still piece that shit together. It's really goddamn annoying. Like, let's look at the porn example, right? Because for some reason that won't catch your eye. You click on it and immediately get greeted by the most serious voice out there. Sound like all of their emotions got sucked out or something. And on top of that bullshit, you're also hearing some detective type of music in the background. So you settle down a little bit and are ready to take in all the knowledge this video has to offer. But bro, these fucking creators always just feel the need to come in with an entire history lesson. Like, let's just get into the meat and potatoes. I don't care about how it all started with our ancestors having intercourse or something. You're acting like my brain cells are dangling in my nutsack or something. But alright, if you somehow were patient enough to sit through 5 minutes worth of sponsorships, 10 unskippable ads, and their shitty voice, they finally get to the actual reason why you clicked on the video. Just to realize that the information they've given to you is the most useless crap you've ever heard. First of all, the video could easily get cut down to 10 minutes. And second of all, who the fuck are you trying to educate? I can't even give their thumbnails any credit, because it's always just a random image with them pulling a random face on the thumbnail. Either that, or it's trying to make the topic at hand seem like the most menacing, life-ending bullshit that needs some urgent attention from our world leaders. Like, I'm actually fucking done with this crap. It's a good thing that I'm not a moderator, because I would ban these motherfuckers for plagiarism. Not only because I'm butthurt, but also because the info they're giving is the same shit from 50 other videos on the same topic. Enough is enough. This one pains me to add in, because I think we all like to see EDPs get humiliated, face the consequence for their actions, right? These videos are doing exactly that. Is what you think. Okay, some really do try to get dirtbags like these to serve a little bit of time, right? But there are some content creators that are more like ratings first and child safety second. Like, it's cool and all that you're covering them in honey, flour, and frying them into becoming a fried chicken or whatever, but the law enforcement are probably face-palming themselves into the second dimension and back, because how are they supposed to punish motherfuckers like these if a bunch of YouTubers completely butchered the investigation? Here's a quick spoiler: they can't. And now that you let these overconfident pieces of shit off with pretty much a slap in the face and a slap on the wrist, they definitely won't stop scouting cupcakes. Instead, they'll be extra careful next time, making it even harder to serve some real justice. But let's look at the YouTubers themselves. A lot of times they're a bunch of douchebags that want to be a dick to others, right? But doing that to randoms on the street will get them backlash. So instead they go after creatures that literally everyone hates. I can promise you that they don't have a soft spot for children all of a sudden. It's more like they're thinking, hey, we can bully them without any consequences. Like, did you guys know that Vitaly also did pet catching videos? Yeah, the same menace that got jailed in a foreign country for treating the locals like victims of a slapstick cartoon. You need to realize that he served more time than the pets he was supposed to catch. These are the types of people that do pet catching. I wouldn't even trust them on babysitting my cat for a few hours, let alone doing something this big and risky. Like, you need to compare how they are doing their stings and how Chris Hatzing is doing them. Because despite Chris doing everything right, his success rate wasn't 100%. So just imagine how low it is for these types of channels. And let me be clear, I am not sympathizing with the people they're picking on, because I would 100% support it if they face prison time. But yeah, that's not how the justice system works, sadly. If you want your son, daughter, brother, sister, or some other kid to develop premature brain damage, then come on down to the kids' content, where we have shit like Cocomelon, Lankybox, or a bunch of Minecraft titties. These videos are literally the bread and butter of the iPad kids. Like, when you're sitting in the living room with your family, there's always one parent that gives their kid an iPad. And I find it odd that you chose to have kids if you don't even want to raise them in the first place. But that's the least of your concerns, because these motherfuckers always have the volumes up to the max. So you're hearing this overstimulating slop just rummaging your eardrums, while seeing that fuck-ass kid just drooling on the iPad. One peek on their tablet and you'll see so much happening to a point where it gets nauseating. Like, I could have sworn that kids' content wasn't this bad back in the day, where we had slop like Crazy Frog, Annoying Orange, or this chick singing right here. How do we shift from that towards the type of shit that makes your eyes barf rainbows? And the thumbnails are exactly what you'd expect. A bunch of bright colors built to hypnotize children to click on them without a second thought. They'll add a lot of kawaii type of eyes, maybe a little bit of fire here and there, or a bunch of ass, because ass equals funny. But guys, that's just long form content. Because if we look at YouTube Shorts, that's where the real Wild West is. Having some shit that I, as a 20-year-old, need a disclaimer for. posting some actually vile shit. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but why are there people out there that think feeding kids AI slop or pregnancies is a good idea? Let's be real, if they're earning a shit ton out of it, they don't care, which is fair enough, because it's the duty of the parents who actually put something intelligent on the screen, or better yet, raise them themselves. I'm actually concerned for the motherfuckers that consume this shit, because imagine they grow up, what type of human beings will they become? I guess only time will tell. You missed the point of insert movie here, and it's a 45-minute video on a movie. Like, bro, if that amount of time didn't intimidate you, you'll be dumbfounded by the fact they're literally just summarizing everything that happened scene by scene. Not even going deep into the shit they're saying, because almost everything is like surface level knowledge that you would have known if you watched the movie yourself. And you might as well have done it anyway, because these types of videos are always the same length as the movie itself, except at least when you're watching the movie, you're not bombarded by unskippable ads from every possible direction. And of course, there are some YouTubers that do actually deliver with these types of videos, and I ain't shitting on them. But they have a few counterparts that just mix up the meaning of a deep dive and a summary. Like, I can promise you, we have eyes. We are not blind. We can literally see what is happening on our screen. You don't need to tell us that they're walking hand in hand. Just tell us the deeper fucking meaning of it. It's not only an issue with movies. Games and shows have the same problem with people just spoiling the entire plot and then rolling around the money they have made. Wiping the ass with 20-euro bills because a few suckers decided they'd rather waste their time consuming their bullshit. But I'm not wasting more time talking about this, since it kind of overlaps with the shitty video essay videos. Alright, time to get a little political, because every time when there's some minor inconvenience happening in the world, you best bet some political channel is going to make a video about how the tensions are reaching a boiling point, or how World War III is around the corner, making it out as if we're going to come face to face with a mushroom cloud or something. You know, the classic sensationalist type of stuff that the media always loves to do. They'll justify it by saying, yeah, we want more people to click. And to that I say, fuck you. Like, for 10 entire years straight, I have heard that I would get drafted into World War III. But so far, I'm sitting behind my screen complaining and shitting about everything and anything. And it can be something small, right? Like a border skirmish happening between two countries where maybe a few people died here and there, and that shit is like 10 minutes worth of info. But instead you have to shit through the history of the two countries and speculations, which I find valid, right? But somehow, when they're talking about, I don't know, Equatorial Guinea or something, they still manage to drag in Russia's war in Ukraine, or Israel's, word I can't say. I'm looking at you, real life lore, where, say it with me, the video gets stretched out to an entire hour. I'm sounding like a broken record at this point, so I think that's a sign I should end the video right here. Which I will. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. There are probably more types of videos that deserve to get shit on, but I cannot keep up with them. So, if there's another part, it will all be the suggestions of you guys. So comment down below what other videos bother you, and I'll see you all in the next one.